Hello. I am pleased to have Reverend John Moore from United Way, a value partner with ACA in our Corporate Citizenship Initiative. He is with us today as part of our Black History Month celebration. So to kick us off, I would love for you to share a little bit about yourself. Would also love to hear about your path to becoming the Director of Philanthropy and Engagement at United Way of Delaware.
I've been with United Way for about 14 years. Prior to that, I spent 20 years in the United States Air Force. So I grew up in inner city Philadelphia. I grew up in poverty. And so didn't have a whole lot growing up, but had a loving family around me. And the key to being able to move forward was realizing the power of education. And I tell you, while I was doing that, I developed a great sense for mentorship of the powerful words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so that became instilled in me. And now it's my desire that pushes me. The same thing about education and Dr. King. I want to share that with the world.
We are so very excited to offer a link to our ACA associates to watch you perform Echoes of a Prophet from the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Can you share what led you to produce this MLK Jr. reenactment?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I was younger, and I would go to Martin Luther King events, and then I would look around in the audiences. I would see so many young people, especially. And then when the speakers would come up, or the people that were talking about different things, they would get into all these issues. And the last person that they would address or talk about was Dr. King. So I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to start memorizing these speeches, going to really be able to deliver them in an uncanny manner and be able, in a sense, to bring Dr. King right inside of some of those meetings, some of those forums. And so I created Echoes of a Prophet. It's a 30-minute presentation with 5 speeches: Why Jesus Called a Man a Fool, We Shall Overcome, I Have a Dream, The Mountaintop, and The Drum Major Instinct. And it goes through Dr. King's life. So at the end of it, it's very emotional, especially for persons who lived during that era. But at the same time, it's very engaging for young people because they learn a lot about Dr. King's life and the sacrifices that he made. And it is my mission in life that I will never let his dream die. So I'll continue to do this as long as I can.
What project are you currently working on, and how does it benefit the local communities?
Yeah, one of the things that's really critical for me is youth development. And so it's being able to help young people to really articulate their thoughts. And so what I'm doing is I'm putting together presentations on how to actually be a very effective public speaker, along with the leadership development in areas for young people to be able to make better decisions, realize that their actions are a result of what they will experience. Now, I see that it is so critical in the work that what I do with Black history and with the Civil Rights Movement, that it's important to make those two eras, the past of the Civil Rights Movement and the current of like the Black Lives Matter movement, to come together and show its collective work today. Dr. King's work that he did years ago is still very relevant today. And so being able to go into various types of organizations and teach them those skill sets, it makes them very effective at decision making. And another thing is it builds up so much pride and gets them excited about their past, their ethnicity, and being able to move forward in the right direction.
Wow, that's like very incredibly important and critical work that you're doing, and I'm so grateful. As we approach Black History Month, what are some thoughts that come to your mind about Black culture and Black history?
I was always taught coming up to love all people. That was something that my mother taught me. And it went along with the principle of Dr. King out of the I Have a Dream speech when he said, "My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today." And when I think about that, you realize that this history belongs to everybody in this nation. And so we have to value all people's history and ethnicity. And especially as we get ready to enter into February for Black History Month, do all we can so that people can connect and realize that all of our destinies are tied together. So, we want to make sure that people of all colors, of all faiths, of all types of backgrounds are able to enjoy the rich history
We have one final question for you. What is the most important lesson your life has taught you?
So we all share these common issues, these same challenges. And that's why it's so important that, in the work that I do for the United Way and the work that I do to continue to keep the dream of Dr. King alive, is that I have to reach out to every audience possible.
Absolutely. Well, those are all my questions. Thank you so much for your time, Reverend Moore. This was amazing. And, we look forward to seeing all that you have to do as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you. What an honor. Thank you so much.